Stay tuned, friends. We're going to build this beautiful Springbok puzzle and come along as I go thrifting. It's a long video. I think you're going to enjoy it. And stay tuned until the end so I can show you my thrifting finds. Hi friends, welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a great day. My name is Ricky and this is Ricky's Puzzle and Book Chat. And in front of you, as you can see, I've got my newest Springbok puzzle that I put together. It's called Streets of Italy, 500 pieces, and look how beautiful this puzzle is. I absolutely had a wonderful time on this puzzle. Very easy, simple build with the distinct colors of the buildings, the sky, the coffee area, the street scene, the Vespas, the plants. It was such an enjoyable puzzle to put together. Absolutely had a wonderful time on this puzzle. It was so much fun, so enjoyable, and it really was simple. It didn't hardly take me any time at all to build it. The only thing that if I had one criticism or two criticisms of the puzzle, is the image. Now, nothing against the artist or nothing. They did a lovely job. But I'm thinking it needs a little bit of more life in this puzzle. For example, I'm looking at this and I'm wondering, where are all the people? If this is Italy, they should be out and about. And I don't see any people. And I think it would have been nice to have some people in this puzzle. Maybe a beautiful, voluptuous Italian lady waving out the top window here, or a handsome, studly Italian man with his clothes too tight and wearing way too much perfume with his hair greased back and a nice little mustache. Hold on, guys. I got to get myself together here. But you get what I'm saying. It should have had somebody or some people in this image, which would have made it much more enjoyable. But honestly, I love the puzzle. It was so much fun. And I love the little kitty cats here. There's a cat here, and there's one way down here in the corner. Such a fun puzzle. And this is actually a new puzzle that's been put out by Springbok. And I received this at Christmas time, but I forgot to put this in my Christmas haul video. I'm not sure why. And when I was putting stuff away, excuse me, when I was putting stuff away, I actually came across and thought, wow, this is probably one of the best puzzles I've seen. I love this image and I'm going to put it together. But anyway, with this video, I've got a time lapse with it, and you also probably notice that the video is a little bit longer than it normally has, because I decided not only to do the puzzle and time lapse and some of my little book review. I pulled a few books here, but I'm also going to take you out thrifting with me on my thrifting adventure. And what I decided to do is combine this into one video. So what I did is obviously the puzzle time lapse, my book review, and then the latter half of the video is going to be me in the thrifting store and showing you my thrifting finds. And the reason I combined that instead of doing two separate videos, and I know it's a long video and I apologize, the reason I wanted to do that is because since this is the theme of this puzzle is Italy, my theme in the thrift shop was to find something Italian, maybe Italian pottery, maybe something related to Italy, or puzzle related, any type of puzzles. And so come along with me on my adventure when I do that. Now obviously I know it's a long video and I don't expect you to sit through the whole time lapse, the whole video, and maybe you can come back to it later, or if you choose to sit through it, I would really appreciate that. But anyway, let me know what you think of the video. If you think it's way too much, just let me know. And obviously we're going to tweak it, because starting this year, 2026, I'm going to do something different. Not only just puzzles, excuse me, not only puzzles, but sorry, my allergies for some reason have been acting up. But not only just puzzles, but also some other related things in the video. But stay tuned for the time lapse. Let me know what you think. Leave me a comment. And after the time lapse, I'm going to give you a recap of this puzzle, do my big book review, and then we'll go into the thrifting portion of the video. Anyway, with that said, I hope you have a blessed, wonderful day. And I got to get this tickling out of my throat. Bye now. All right, friends, this is the next puzzle I decided to do. It's called Streets of Italy, 500 piece by Springbok. And look at this image. Isn't this beautiful? I absolutely love this. Oh, I can just see myself walking down those cobbled streets. Isn't this gorgeous? Love it. So we look on the side here, or on the bottom. And right here will be the artist information, and it says Springbok Studios. 500 piece, 500 piece. 500 piece. And on the back is advertisements for other Springbok puzzles. Let's go ahead and open it up and take a look at these puzzle pieces. Okay, it's got the brown beige backing. See some colorful pieces in there. Look at that. Let's go ahead and open this bag up. Oh wow, I love looking at these Springbok shapes. Got my freebies. Let's take these apart gingerly. Look at the colors of these puzzle pieces. Love it, love it, love it. Got our large pieces, our Springbok pieces. That's the thickness. All right, let me get this puzzle pieces sorted out, and I'll be in the sorting tray, and then we'll start building this puzzle. Wow, love that sound. It's gonna be so fun. Okay, I've now got the puzzle sorted out in my sorting tray, and what I did was basically this building, this orange building, the bluish, and then I did a street scene in the coffee shop, and that translates into the orange building, the bluish with the plants, the street scene in the coffee shop, and then the greenish building with the I guess Vespa bikes on the side. And in the middle, of course, I always put my edge pieces. And for purposes of those who need to know or who want to know, it did generate some dust. It does have some dust here, about, I guess, as much as my tip of my finger here. Not as bad as I've seen on some other Springbok puzzles. But anyway, I'm going to get this puzzle built, and I can't wait to do it. It's going to be so much fun. Italy, Italy, here we come. All right, I'm about to complete this beautiful 500-piece Springbok puzzle called Streets of Italy. It is so beautiful and so fun. I loved this puzzle. It was so enjoyable, so exciting to build, and it just swept me away. It took me to Italy. It made me feel like I was on vacation. Now I know that's a bit of a stretch. I do understand that, but look how pretty this puzzle is. Oh my goodness. Just let these final pieces into place. Just let them fall into place. The pieces are just so fun. I love the shapes. Loving the colors of everything. It's so fun. Get these to snap into place. And the last few pieces to go in, if I can figure it out. I'm working on the yellow Vespa. Who has dreamed of riding a Vespa through Italy? Wouldn't that be so fun? And the final piece to go into this beauty, there we go. Look how beautiful this is. Oh my goodness, I absolutely love this puzzle. We got a little kitty cat hiding out right here. Look at this colors, these shapes. Love it. So pretty. We got a kitty cat hiding out here. Look at this pretty green. Very pretty puzzle. Absolutely adored. Love this puzzle. Had so much fun. Easy build, easy build. Again, Streets of Italy by Springbok. 500 pieces. All right, I completed this beautiful puzzle. And as you folks know, or some of you may know on my channel, I like to do the one-hand pickup challenge. I do this for all my Springboks. Obviously, I feel that, I know that my Springboks will survive a two-hand pickup, but I always do a one-hand pickup just for the fun of it. So let me pat this baby down and make sure it gets good and secure, and we'll do it right now. Wow, look at that. Springbok, thank you so much for the quality, the beauty, the artwork. I love you, Springbok. Absolutely love you, and I thank you for this great, beautiful puzzle. So fun, so fun. Highly recommend it. You will not be unhappy building this puzzle. Okay, as you know, I like to bring my puzzle outside to see what it looks like under the natural light. And look how beautiful this is. Now, it's not a very sunny day out, but still under the natural light, I like to bring it outside. And look how pretty this puzzle is. I'll try to go in a little closer to get some view of the shapes and colors without casting a shadow. Had an extremely fun time on this puzzle. So beautiful. Look at the color. Look at the Vespa there. Now I can see me whizzing around Italy on one of those things. I'd probably break my neck or drive it off a cliff, but still, look at the kitty cat. Isn't that beautiful? Anyway, I had a great time on this puzzle, and I hope you get a chance to get it. It's called Streets of Italy by Springbok, 500 pieces. All right, I hope you enjoyed that time lapse as much as I enjoyed building this puzzle. It was such a fun puzzle. I absolutely loved it. And it is one of the newest puzzles that are out on Springbok's website. And again, I had a great time on it. Wonderful, fun puzzle to build, and I highly recommend it. But with that said, let me now pull my books and show you some of my books I got that are related to Italy. And this first book is actually, both books are by Frances May. And her book, the first book that she did was Under the Tuscan Sun. Now, I have not read this book, but I heard it's an extremely good book to read, and I think I'm going to read these this year. And this basically, without giving out too much away, this is about her adventures. She and her husband decide to leave their life in the United States and start fresh in Italy, and this book details their adventures and starting a new life in Italy. And who doesn't dream of that? Starting fresh somewhere new and starting over, and I think it's going to be an enjoyable read. Frances May, Under the Tuscan Sun. And the follow-up book to that is Bella Tuscany. It details their further adventures in Italy and Tuscany and their love of the Italian lifestyle. And I can't wait to read this book. It's going to be good. But the reason I pulled these books along with the Puzzle of Italy here, one of my favorite movies of all time is Diane Lane. And this movie, Under the Tuscan Sun, is based loosely on the first book by Frances May. And my understanding is that the movie is quite different from the book, but I absolutely love this movie. It is one of my favorite movies of all time. And basically, without giving too much away, it's about a divorced lady who decides to start fresh in Italy, and she builds a new life there, and her adventures in doing that. And if you've never seen this movie, I highly recommend it. It's so enjoyable. I love, love, love this movie. But along with these books and this movie I've got here, I wanted to show you this cookbook, this Italian cookbook I got for $5 at the thrift store a few years ago. Look how thick this thing is. And if you need to cook Italian, this probably is the encyclopedia to do it. It is so heavy. And I'm one of those people who cannot cook, but I have this strange obsession about cookbooks. So, but look at this. $5 for this, and it's got literally, after eating Italian, you probably need this to lift weights. But it's a beautiful cookbook, and I had to have it when I seen it. But anyway, with that said, I hope you enjoyed the puzzle build, the puzzle, the books here that I reviewed. Let me know if you've read these books, if you've seen the movie, if you got this puzzle or you intend to get the puzzle. But stay tuned next, because the rest of the video is going to be at me out thrifting. Now, the rule of my thrift shopping this time was to go out and find puzzles or anything related to Italy, maybe Italian pottery. So stay tuned. I'll show you. Stay tuned for those adventures, and I'll show you at the end of that my actual finds. Anyway, with that said, I hope you enjoy your day, and please definitely leave me a comment. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. Bye now. Okay, so I decided to take us out on the thrifting adventure today, and we're going to look around for some stuff. Now, what I want to specifically look for is a few things, and that is, first of all, vintage puzzles, like Springbok, Eaton, obviously some Ravensburgers if they have them in here. We're going to also look for maybe some White Mountains, see if we can find some of those, Gallison. But I'm also going to look at things, since our video is, my puzzle is related to Italy, I've decided to come over here and see if I can find anything related to Italian, maybe some figurines, anything decorative that may be Italian for the house. And what I mean by Italian, maybe like pottery or some kind of ceramic or something like that. I'm not sure if they would have it here, but we're going to take a look and see what they have, and I'm going to take you on with the adventure. But the thing that this actual thrifting outlet or mall actually has the music blaring, so you probably will not be hearing the actual store itself. It's just maybe me playing music over the video, because I don't want to get a copyright strike, obviously, and they blare a lot of oldies type music in there. But anyway, let's go on this adventure. Let's see what we can find. Let's keep our fingers crossed. Let's stay within a budget. Now, what is a budget? I don't know. I'll just know once I hit that point, like, okay, that's enough for spending for today. Anyway, let's get in there and see what we find. All right, as we was walking into the building, I just want to bring attention to this. It used to be an old Kmart. I'm not sure if anybody is familiar with the Kmarts, but they are no longer in the United States, I don't believe. But of course, I grabbed my cart here and I was looking around, and this place is huge. It is so huge, and there were so many objects here that right away off the bat, I caught a glance of some things here that just caught my eye. I love this Hull-looking pitcher, creamer, that Native American pottery. I love looking at stuff like that and scanning around to see a Mrs. Santa Claus. And this booth really had a lot of little intricate details in it. I love that back painting on there. I've seen this beautiful vase, a little overpriced for me. Now, to be honest with you, I'm not exactly sure. And I'm not the best at identifying what these objects are, but anything that catches my eye, it just pulls me towards it. Moving on down the aisle, I've seen a lot of little figures here, various objects on these shelves. The shelves were just full of stuff. Love looking at this stuff. See these bird figurines here. It looks like a creamer and a sugar. Though I couldn't make out who made that on the bottom. I really like the look of that. It was really pretty. Really, really pretty. And then scanning down here, I see some old VHS tapes of Shirley Temple movies. Then I see these beautiful candle holders at the top. They weren't marked on the bottom and looked a little scuffed up. I decided to pass on those. I was really surprised when I come across this. This was a Hager planter. Loved it. Loved this Hager planter. It's shaped like a football, I guess. But a little bit too pricey for me, and I don't really need any more of that stuff in my house. But it's always fun to look at it. Love that old radio. Looking at the various coffee cups and the dishes. There's just dishes and just a little bit of everything everywhere. I love this stoneware pottery. It wasn't marked, and I decided to pass on that. Again, I have so much of that stuff, and look at the old lamps at the top and Christmas stuff. And then I come across this puzzle just laying here, 2,000-piece Buffalo Games for $9. I thought that was a bit much for a used puzzle. And who wants to risk building a 2,000-piece puzzle and they're only, maybe missing a few pieces? Going on down the aisle here, didn't see much of anything that caught my eye. I did look down and see this beautiful coffee pot. I'm trying to get to it and gingerly not break anything, and I really liked that. It was $22, $23, and I couldn't make out the markings on it, but I did like the bamboo look on it, the detail. But again, I don't need any more of that stuff. I've got a lot of that stuff at my house. I love this Asian figurine, this Asian doll. It says Japanese on it, but I'm not sure if that's accurate. Very pretty. Various objects. And I love these Japanese shoes. Geisha shoes, it says on the bottom. I'm not sure exactly if that means, if that's the correct name of geisha shoes, but they are wooden. Never had seen those in there before. It looked like they were actually for children. Scanning around, look at all this merchandise. Now, each one of these sections is vendors. So each little vendor rents out a space, a booth, and then they just put it full of objects. I love these little detailed miniature vases, and I like those wall sconces. They were shaped like a fish. Then moving over here, I did find a plate, an Italian plate. I seen it on the bottom. I could make out right away. It looked like it was Italian. I flipped it over, and it was made in Italy, and it was pretty. And I thought, well, I really do like that. But then I thought, well, what would you do for it? And I think the reason I passed on it was I believe it was like $10 just for the plate. And I thought, well, that doesn't seem much of a deal or bargain. And but I am the type of person, if it's unique and it strikes my fancy and it's something I definitely have to have, I will grab it. Now, I love this, moving this painting here, this picture here. I love these two side prints, I guess. They're framed, and it's a girl and a young man and girl dancing. But they wanted $75 for the pair, and I just thought, no way, I couldn't do that. But again, it was so unique. I'm sure somebody will love it. Now, glancing over here, I've seen this lovely canister set. Very heavy, very sturdy, flour, sugar, coffee, and really wanted it, but it was $100 for the set. And then I got to thinking, well, it's a little too big. Then I glanced over and I seen this Italian canister set, but it looks like it's missing the third. Loved it, loved the look of it. Very vintage looking, but the sticker on it said Italy, but again, I think it was overpriced. I can't remember the price on it. Let me see if it's on the tag. Okay, yeah, this one jar was $48. So again, something I had to pass on. Plus, it looked like it was missing the third piece. Seen a lot of Italian platters in there, but nothing that really reached out and grabbed me. Now, I've seen this little picture here, and it looked Italian, but I think it was made in, it's made in Italy.
It was $25 for that. And I love that, but it wasn't special enough for me to grab it. Glancing over here, I see all kinds of knickknacks, cups. I love Italian. I love finding puzzles and stuff. And this puzzles down here, they really weren't nothing spectacular. I think this is your graphic or Seiko. That's a Seiko, but they wanted, I believe, $8 for those. I thought, no, I'm not going to pay that much for a used puzzle. Seeing this beautiful vase here, it wasn't marked, Asian vase. Passed on it because I'm trying to stick to my theme of Italy. Try not to get sidetracked, and looking across and seeing all kinds of other stuff over there. And here's some Italian dish here. Again, a little expensive for me. I didn't want to pay that. Here's Italian, a platter from Italy. Gorgeous. Very heavy, but nothing that I really need for my house. And so I passed on that. But I love looking at that stuff. Love it. Here's a dish, a bowl here, Italian bowl. Very pretty and very heavy, very heavy. That would be beautiful with some apples in it, or I guess, or some oranges. And I looked up and I seen this old Morton's salt cup. I thought that was really cute, really cute. Jim Beam there, and yeah, a little bit of everything. It's hard to stay focused. I kept getting myself distracted. Now I come across this art piece, and it's an original art piece. I believe it was signed, and I just love that. I love that. Loved it. Yeah, it is signed, 1991. Only $4. I sort of regret not getting that. I think that would look really, really pretty on a shelf or something. And I love these pictures. And I think this is Roseville. I'm not sure. Oven Proof USA. I'm not very good at identifying some of this stuff, but I love this picture. Love it. But it was $15, and I think it's, yeah, Roseville. This Roseville USA, and that's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But I decided to pass on it because it doesn't fall into my theme. And then I seen this stoneware all by itself for $5. It wasn't marked, and I decided to pass on it. But now I'm wondering if I need to go back and get it because it was so inexpensive. But again, I'm thinking, what would I use it for? Would I use that to serve something special in, or would I use it for just to have? And here's a lot of clear glass. Love these salt and pepper shakers, that they were missing the bottoms, the corks, I guess. And then I seen a cup here, and really loved it. I really loved this cup. It was $1, I think, $1.25, $1.75, and or $1.25, and it's Yorktown stoneware cup. And I decided I was going to get it, but later on I changed my mind and put it back. Then I seen this vintage pan, a frying pan, I guess, with the lid, and I thought, this is so 1970s. Obviously, it's a good showpiece, but do I need more of that stuff cluttering the house? Now, I really love this coffee cup and saucer, and it was $3 each for it. Really pretty. Glancing on the shelves here, I see Barbie. Hi, Barbie. I love looking at old Barbies and vintage Barbies. And again, this place had a little bit of everything. You could just spend so much time in here. And some of the vendors, I'm not sure why, they just take a marker and mark the stuff directly on it. But I see these little figurines, and some people say, oh, these figurines are worthless. Well, this one's $1, and you really can't do much with it. But you know what I do with these? When I find a special one, I will bake a cake, and to decorate a cake, I'll set one of those on the cake. Of course, I make sure it's good and clean, but I seen this little rabbit figurine for $1, and I thought, oh, it's cute by itself. But then I realized the mama was behind it. And I thought, okay, you guys belong together. $1. So cute. I passed on those, but again, I think they would be really special to have. Then I seen these little figurines, and I thought, oh, this would really look pretty on a cake, a special cake you can make. And what I do is put a little pad or piece of plastic, hot glue it on the bottom, then I set it on top of the cake. Now, of course, I had to look at my cookbooks, and here were some Better Homes and Gardens, and eat and stay slim. Of course, with the new year, we need that. And I apologize for my attack dogs are barking in the background, but that's the perils of having pets. Maxwell! Now, what you all do not know is that I do love Hummels. They are some of my favorite things to own. I absolutely love them. And I've got a collection of about 30 or 40 of them, and these were really priced good. But of course, this is not the time to be spending on myself miscellaneous things like that. I was trying to stick to the theme of Italy, and then I seen this beautiful glass behind the case and absolutely loved it. Loved it, loved it, loved it. And it was priced, I guess, according to its value, like that beautiful green one vase laying on the side. I'm not sure if that's Fenton or what, but it was, or Indiana glass or Viking, but it was laying on the side, and I believe they wanted $140 for that. Then I come across these beautiful collection of precious moments. Who collected precious moments? Now, these were really popular in the 80s and 90s, and I think it's really pretty much died up. I don't even know if they make precious moments anymore. But really cute figurines, and this shelf was just full of various precious moments, memorabilia, and objects, and they're just so cute. But I don't know if there's a market for that anymore. And these precious moments were actually like, I believe, $9 each. I just thought they were so cute, so special. I pulled this one out. It said report card. Love that. So cute. There's one just for every occasion. And moving on, I found these beautiful glasses, and they look like they were in good condition. Mid-century modern, I'd call it, but you can't really tell today if these are reproductions. But they wanted $6 each for those, and it would have been really nice to have. But again, maybe if I was making an Asian puzzle, or a puzzle or something like that, but that would come into my theme. Then I seen these beautiful glasses here, Christmas glasses, and love those. Looking down, I see the little figurines, and scanning over here, I see all kinds of pottery, and then I love this mid-century modern. I don't know if it's a coffee pot, teapot, or what have you. I'm not even sure if it holds hot liquids, but I thought it was just so pretty. So I wish I would have grabbed that. Grab this one too. I think they only wanted like $20 for each one. There's a Pioneer Woman casserole dish. Love that lamp. You have to be careful maneuvering in these vendor booths because there's full of stuff. It's so easy to trip. And I've seen this bird here. I absolutely enjoyed bird figurines. Love those, but passed on that also. And then I seen this picture, and the sticker on the on the object in front of it just fell off. It'd been there a while, and it was no longer holding to it. But I love this. Love, love, love this. Couldn't really make out the brand of it. But again, love looking at this stuff. And then I seen these vases. There's two of them on the shelf there. Gold leaf. Love that. A lot of drip clays, and I've seen this beautiful nut or candy dish, I guess, and really thought this was special. Something really special. Wasn't marked on the bottom, but isn't that a centerpiece for a beautiful coffee table, you know? Vintage glasses. I'm not sure if those are Lipton. Here's some more of the smaller Asian version glasses and motif. Really enjoy looking at that stuff. And these Pepsi-Cola glasses. You always see Coca-Cola, but you don't really see Pepsi-Cola. Now, Pepsi-Cola is my favorite drink, if I soft drink. I've seen these frosted antique automobile glasses. Love those. Very, very 1970s. And you know, the thing about these objects are they don't sell this in Walmart anymore. Don't sell this in department stores anymore. So if you see a unique item that can make your dinner table stand out, grab it, because it's always a good conversation piece. Love the marking on this. Love it. $3 for that. No, let me see. I think it was $10. Originally $3. The vendor obviously bought it for somebody else or obtained it. And then I've seen this beautiful planter back here. Very, very pretty. So gorgeous. I should have grabbed that. I sort of passed on. I passed on this also. It wasn't. It's a Hull, USA, and it's just so unique. I talked myself out of it. I kept thinking, what can I put in that? I'm not sure what I could put in that, other than put it in on a shelf. But again, my house is cluttered with stuff like this, and there comes a time when you have to sort of slow down on buying it and probably start parting ways with it, and just a little bit of everything. Now, I love Mexican pottery. Love it, love it, love it. And I love this vase. It was $10. $10. I like the color, but I decided to pass on it because it's, just, $10 here and there. I was midway through the looking around, and I just thought, well, this beautiful pot picture here was chipped, and I think it was missing a lid. That's unfortunate right there, but very pretty stuff. And sometimes you just have to get in these booths and dig behind it. There's some more precious moments. This Italian platter was really, really pretty. And I thought, well, what can I put on it? I'm not sure what I could put on it. Could I put, and I think it looks very modern. I probably could have got this at, like a Marshall's or a discount store like TJ Maxx. And it was special, but it wasn't special enough for me to get it. Then I seen this puzzle, Sun's Out Puzzle, Santa Claus, with all these kitty cats, or dogs, I'm sorry. And it was, I think, $4.99, $5 for it, and all these beautiful pets, kitty cat on the lap, dogs around him, unopened, and it was really special, but I didn't need another Christmas puzzle. Then I seen this Mexican pottery vase. I just love this art. Love it. So beautiful. Absolutely beautiful and unique. That's the thing about these objects. They are so unique. Then I seen this wood bowl with this glaze inside it, and I just, oh my goodness, I want this. But then I thought, well, do you really need this? Okay, we maybe wait for this, because do I need another bowl, Look down, salt and pepper shaker set there. Just absolutely love it. And I seen these little wall hangings for children's bedroom, and I thought that's so sweet. Moving on, look at all this stuff. It's just hard to focus your mind when it's just cluttered, but that's what I like about thrifting, the madness of all the clutter and trying to make heads or tails of what you can focus on. And sometimes you look way in the back and you see a coffee cup like this with a kitty cat on it, and you think, oh, it's so precious, I need to get this. And then your common sense comes into play, and you think, well, do I need to spend $5 on that? And I sort of think it would have been cute with with eyes. I don't know. But moving on, again, look how the vastness of this place. It's just full of stuff. There's a Starbucks. I almost got this, but then I realized it's missing the top of it. And I'm always spilling my coffee and driving and burning myself, so I definitely need a top for that. Slide top. Looking over, I see some Christmas items. Going on down, I see all kinds of little Santa Clauses, big Santa Claus, and Christmas glasses, and just love looking at this stuff. Let me know in the comments, is there anything so far that I passed up that was a treasure? Now, I've seen this ornament here, and I thought, wow, that is so pretty, so pretty. $3 for that. But again, I've got so much of that stuff, and yarn, and knickknacks, ornaments, all kinds of little trinkets and baubles and scary doll heads and mannequin heads. Oh. Again, this stoneware mixing bowl set, I don't think it's vintage, but still caught my eye. And then glancing around, I seen some more stuff, and seen this old Pyrex bowl. Now, I Probably would have grabbed it if it had its lid, but it did not. So I passed on it. But look at the vastness of this place. And then I looked around and I seen all these coffee cups and teacups and vintage teacups and mugs. And now all this is needing is Alice and her tea party, right? Look at that. So beautiful, so pretty. So pretty, so much detail, so much stuff. Just love looking at it. And I seen these pots and I thought, well, is this Mexican pottery or Italian pottery? But it wasn't marked, and I almost got that, but I thought, no. Do you need more teapots, coffee pots, chocolate pots? No, I don't need those. And glancing over here, this caught my eye, and I thought, what is this? And it's got a rooster on the side. Real fun objects. Pictures on the wall. All kinds of stuff. Love these wall hangings. Very vintage, 1970s. And I mean, it's just a treasure trove of just various objects. You know, one man's junk is another man's treasure. One woman's junk is another woman's treasure. It's just so full of beautiful little objects. A lot of stuff. I love these beautiful ruby red square saucer and cup. I'm not sure if this is Fiesta ware. I think Fiesta ware is marked. Maybe it's a knockoff, but very pretty. I like the bright yellow and the blues, cobalt blues. I love these glasses. There was only two there, and you know, maybe for a special occasion. Looking around, I'm seeing all kinds of stuff. A little dirt never hurts. That's true. Then I've seen this Italian platter, I think, on the wall here. Yeah, or a plate. Didn't want to take it off because I was worried about chipping it, but $8 for that. Very pretty. It's more, I think it was Pyrex. I used to collect Pyrex too. I've got a lot of that. Corel plates and saucers, and very pretty. And see, that's my problem. I'm just overwhelmed by so much stuff. Starbucks cups and mugs. You know, there's so much beautiful vintage items here, and then I come across these puzzles, and again, I think they were a little price over price, and I thought, no. Seen this Charles Wasaki. I love that image. 500 piece. Love this puzzle. Very pretty. 500 piece. And I've seen this Anne of Green Gables, New York puzzle company. Really, really like that. Really love that. Really love that. Love that. And moving on, I seen these little dishes and thought they were really pretty. Then I come across some puzzles, and I thought, well, got to move the stuff on top of it here, and I'm not sure what this is. It's shelves, I guess, display shelves, and come across this rifle paper co, 500 pieces. Beautiful puzzle. $2 for that. Now my juices are starting to get flowing. I'm like, okay, I'm starting to find some good, really good stuff, treasures here. Now this is a $3 puzzle, Ravensburger, and it looks like it's a scene in Italy. And then I've seen this haunted house 200 piece puzzle. I'm not sure of the brand. A little too dark for me, and 200 pieces. That might be a fun little puzzle snack, but I put that back. But then I caught my eye. This Wild Horses 100 pieces, never opened. good little puzzle for kids, I guess. Or for some other folks who may be challenged with their hands. Then I seen this beautiful Valentine's Day bunnies and thought that was sweet. It's hard to believe it's almost next month to be Valentine's Day. And then I walked into this booth here and they had all kinds of vintage stuff and all kinds of books and all kinds of items here. Love this salt and pepper shaker. So cute. You have to be careful not to knock stuff over. I'm a big klutz. And then I seen this old typewriter. Wouldn't that be a good decorating piece to just have on a desk or something? But again, I don't need to clutter my house with more stuff. Looking over here at the shelves and really enjoying the day thrifting. I love old postcards and look at this organ. Very pretty. Keys look like they've seen better days. Some old telephone there. And then I got this caught my eye and I thought, is this Italian? I can't make it out now, but there was a reason I didn't get it. Oh, I think it had a chip on it. Yeah, it had a chip on it. So pretty though. And I know little imperfections don't really hinder the look of it. You know, there's beauty in imperfect objects, you know. Then I seen this olive oil container jar, but it didn't have its topper on it or its stopper in. And I put that back. Really like the look of that though. A lot of MASH VHS tapes. Television show MASH. Must have been a big fan of the show back then, and here I am trying not to knock everything over and trying to keep my composure so I don't go crazy up in this place and load my cart up. But again, your eyes are dart from place to place looking at all kinds of stuff, and I'm sure there's so much treasure that I missed. Yeah, real fun looking at this stuff. And I'm the type of person, I'll just go thrifting by myself, and because some people don't have the patience with me. Now, caught my eye over here was this vintage purse. Really like the look of that. You could store all kinds of stuff in that, and you know, some ladies could display this in their bedroom as a bedroom piece, marked up pretty bad inside. And then I seen this mid-century modern type piece. It was not marked, but I love the look of it. Loved looking at all this stuff. This booth was full of antique, vintage, old stuff. A lot of glassware, clear glassware. I don't think there's much of a market for clear glassware anymore. I've seen this beautiful latrine, soup latrine for $5. Absolutely beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And beside it, $5, I seen this special salad serving set, pasta set. Moving on, I seen this antique kids car. I seen these beautiful glasses. Love this. The set of, I believe, 6 for $20. Isn't that special? You just don't see that stuff made today. They had a special touch back then. I mean, some of it can be really ugly, but some of it's really pretty. And I thought this was a Hull vase, but it wasn't marked, or McCoy, but it wasn't marked. And then I seen this beautiful Royal Hager vase for $5, I believe it is. Really like that. So pretty. That would go good near a window, and maybe some violets or something in it. Some more little tchotchkes and just a little bit of everything. Good housekeeping was marked on there, but that was a sticker on the bow. It wasn't actually painted into it or on it. You know how I love my good housekeeping. Love that. Love the magazine. This caught my eye. I guess it's a radish. No, not a radish. Glass vegetable, but I really couldn't determine what it is. Then I came across some puzzles. This booth had a lot of puzzles, but they were sort of on the pricey side, and I didn't want to. If anything jumped out at me and grabbed me, I would have grabbed it. But I was looking at this panoramic puzzle, 750 pieces. A lot of crazy art. I like that red barn, and $5 for that kitty cat, 300 piece. Love this Disney one, but those Disney King K type images, they're difficult. This 2,000 piece was just a little bit too much for me, price wise and piece side. Love this Turkish trophies, 1,000 piece. Love this Disney one, but again, the big piece count, another 2,000. Beauty and the Beast, love that. I think that's my favorite Disney movie. Spilsbury, never opened. Moving on down, I like this puzzle trays of puzzle pieces. That was really different. I like that rose art. This is Frank Lloyd Wright double-sided puzzle. Kitty cat on the shelf. I think that's a Charles Wasaki image. And this little small 200-piece puzzle snack of Ravensburger. I like that art print. I guess it's almost like a watercolor. Passed on it. And another Ravensburger here, 1,000 piece. Wasn't too crazy about the image. I've seen this bits and pieces, 4 puzzles in one, $12 for that. Never opened. That's probably a good deal. Really, really like that. Looking around the booth, see a little bit of everything. See some more puzzles over there. Then I seen these juice pitcher and mini glasses. I really, really like that. I could see myself out on the patio with some orange juice in here and serving some orange juice to my friends. But I passed on it. It's $25 for the set. Not a bad price, but really nothing that I absolutely had to have. Looking at this stuff, it's really pretty. Records, albums. Over here, this caught my eye. This ruby red Avon vase. So rich and deep garnet color. Love that. Ronald McDonald plate. Looking around for treasures. This caught my eye. Really like that. It's an artist piece. This caught my eye. This pink, I guess, Depression era glass. I'm not sure if that's accurate. Maybe it's a reproduction of it. Looking at the shelves, all the little objects, anything that catches my eye. Love that little bear. I think that was a bank. I thought this was McCoy, and I pulled it off and it didn't have a marking on it. Well, I'm going to pass on that. DVDs and movies, and now this was special. This was a Longaberger basket. Those used to have quite a bit of a marketplace for them, but I think it's lost its value in the marketplace. I'm not sure if they're as popular. I think it's generational, but lovely little basket. And I think they wanted $18 for that. Then I seen this. I thought, oh, this is so beautiful. Love that. But it was priced out of the market for me. Love this old ashtray. I know it's a terrible habit, but look at that ashtray. It just screams mid-century modern. Love these bud vases. Love that yellow one in the back. Again, priced more than what I want to spend. Clear glass. A little bit of everything here. Marilyn Monroe. Just really pretty. Love that dresser back there. Really pretty. It's by itself, it's sort of hard to decorate a room with a piece like that that's by itself. Love this candy dish. It's beautiful. Beautiful. Carnival glass. This vendor had his stuff priced. It was beautiful, but it was expensive for it. I think this was $300 for this. Yeah, $325 for that set. It's so beautiful though. And I seen in behind that picture. It looks like a Viking. I had to take a look at that. I thought, oh, it's so beautiful. Again, I think that was $80 for that one. But it's so pretty. I'm glancing around, I've seen some more clear glass, and love these wooden horse pieces. Betty Boop, and this is the front of the store. And
okay, my excursion is over with. I went in there and I did take my time, and I found some stuff. Not exactly everything that I was wanting to look for, but I'm sort of happy with the many treasures I found, and I will be showing you those when I get home. All right, I hope you liked that thrifting adventure. Definitely let me know in the comments what you thought about that. If that's something you would like to see more of, obviously this is my first thrifting video that I've worked on or done, and so I'm a little green at it, and I do need your input as to what you thought. Now, obviously, what I'd like to do is maybe do one of these once a month. I'm not sure, but we'll just play it by ear and see how it goes. But I did want to show you the treasures I did find on this thrifting hunt, and I had a great time doing it. So I might as well start out with the first thing that I found. And you know how I like cookbooks. The first thing I found for $1 is a Better Homes and Gardens cookbook. It says, "Eat and Stay Slim," which is perfect for this time of year as we try to get on our diets or back on our diets. And it does... it's a vintage cookbook from Better Homes and Gardens. And looking at some of these pictures in here, it's got meal prep, meal planning, and some beautiful pictures in here. Look at that. Isn't that nice? I just love these old vintage cookbooks. And if you've watched some of my videos in the past, I've highlighted those. And love these. All kinds of good ideas on how to scale back on the calories, you know, even plans for lunch, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Anyway, that was the first one I found. And when I've seen it for only $1, I knew I had to have it. Now, I did find some puzzles. Unfortunately, I didn't find my favorite puzzle, which was Springbok or Eaton puzzles, but I did find this beautiful puzzle here by the Rifle Paper Company, 500 pieces, and it's called Garden Party Puzzle. Love that. And here's a full image on the back. And I got this at the thrift store for $2. I've never worked on a Rifle Paper Company puzzle before, but I love the feel of this box. The next puzzle I got is a New York puzzle company, and it's called Anne of Green Gables. Look at that. Isn't that sweet? Love that. Love Anne of Green Gables. And I don't think I've ever put together a New York puzzle company, but I do love their images. And I got this for $4. And that's a 500 piece. And the next one I got is a Ravensburger 500 piece. And it is titled... I don't see the name of it, of course. Let me see. It's a Dominic Davison image. Oh, Postiano. Yeah, I think that's on the Amalfi Coast, Italy. So it fits perfect with our theme. Ravensburger puzzle, $3. Dominic Davison, and it's Postiano. Postiano. I know I'm pronouncing that wrong, but it's the town, the village that I believe is on the Amalfi Coast of Italy. Love that image. I thought that was a good deal for $3. But in front of you, what I found here, which probably is the most Italian looking thing that I could find, and I've been wanting one, and this is a soup latrine. And look how mammoth this is. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. I hope you can see that real good. And I've been wanting a soup latrine because I was embarrassed a few months ago. I served soup and we had to eat it out of the pot, and I didn't have a proper latrine to serve it in. And here's the detail on the back, on the top. Now, it doesn't say it was made in Italy, but this looks Italian to me with the vegetables and on the top of it. And it comes with its own ladle. Look at that, isn't that beautiful? And here's the inside of it. And there's no markings on the bottom. But when I seen this, I had to get it, had to have it. And I found this for $5. I could not believe it. And so I'm no longer going to be embarrassed when I have company over, guests over, and I need to serve soup, stew. I think this would be wonderful for vegetable soup in it. But my other favorite that I found here was a set. And it's got tomatoes and little pasta shells, pasta bowl shells on top. And what this is for serving pasta in it or salads in it. Look at that. It's not vintage, but I love the look of that. Love the look of it. And look how big this bowl is. So I imagine a big salad, or maybe some spaghetti pasta in here, maybe some Alfredo. And it does come with 4 serving bowls to go along with it for your guests to enjoy. And you can color coordinate this. Isn't that beautiful? Love the print on this. Again, it's not vintage, but it was so beautiful I had to have it. Now, I'm not sure what to exactly do with this because this seems like it's a little out of place. I guess what I could do, because it's a latrine, a small latrine, I could put in maybe some sour cream, maybe some cheeses, and maybe some cut up bread, homemade bread, or some croutons for the salad in this little bowl here. It's got a little lid for it. But I also love these little dipping dishes that these came with. It came with 4 dipping dishes. Look at that. So again, what you could do is you could have your salad, have your pasta, have your olive oil in your dipping dish, your bread, put your pasta in the bowls and serve that. And I got this set for $5. Now, it's not vintage, and it says back on the back, Kitchen Prep 201. So I guess that's the name of the company. I'm sure you probably can get this in some discount store. But when I seen this pattern, I had to have it. I thought, oh, this would be so pretty to serve some spaghetti on or a nice salad on. But anyway, with that said, I hope you enjoyed the video. I know it was pretty long. I know really it's a work in progress for me. I would like to do some more videos or some other type videos other than just puzzles and books to keep it fresh. Maybe once a month, like I said, do a thrifting video and show you some of my thrifting finds. And especially at these bargain prices, you can't really beat that. Now, definitely let me know in the comments what you thought of the video overall. I know it's way too long, and I apologize for that. I'm going to try to snip it down. And let me know if you've got this puzzle, because obviously this is what the whole search was about, of Italy and an Italian theme thrifting, was this puzzle here. Springbok 500-piece Streets of Italy. Absolutely love this puzzle. I recommend it, highly recommend it. And with that said, I definitely thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for watching. Thank you so much for everyone out there who subscribed and made a comment. And with that said, I hope you have a beautiful, blessed day. Goodbye now. All right, friends, I wanted to quickly show you how this come together when I set this up as a setting. This pasta bowl or salad bowl with the individual serving bowls with it. And I think it looks really, really pretty. Doesn't this look really pretty? And I put it on my pink plates here. Absolutely love this. I think it's so beautiful, and I think it's going to be so nice for entertaining. But also, I forgot to show you my thrift finds. I got this beautiful Royal Hager vase. Absolutely love this. Love, love, love this. It's such a nice, pure, pretty find. And I got this for, I believe, $5. But anyway, let me know what you think of this setting, how it looks, and if you think I scored. I hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching.